This is the story, the fantastically true story, of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. This week, our story concerns the Communist Party's secret police and their plans to trap a counter-spy. That's it, Philbrick. You're home. Right over there. That's how it looks in daylight, when you're only another guy with a hard day at the office behind him. About the most inviting place in the world when you can walk up to it like this. Nothing on your mind but dinner, quiet evening with the family. No conspiracies, no talk of world revolution, no communists. Just pot roast and brown potatoes. Hi, darling. I'm home.
Hello, stranger.
Forgotten what I look like?
Just how tired you look, Herb.
Well, in that case, maybe I better sit down and conserve my strength to carve the roast.
I don't expect it to be that tough, darling. Someone phoned you about a half an hour ago.
Leave a name?
No, just a number. Asked if you could call back when you got in. The number's on the phone pad.
It's only a telephone, Philbrick. It can't hurt you until someone answers at the other end of the line. Someone, a communist, a fellow communist.
Hello?
This is Herb Philbrick. Somebody there want to talk to me?
Well, yes, Herb. Mr. Straight asked me to contact you. Over to the hotel right away. Room 802.
But I was just going to sit down to my dinner.
That's too bad.
Don't tell me.
Yeah. Keep my dinner warm in the oven, will you, honey? I'll eat it sometime tonight.
But, Herb, why?
An advertising man doesn't eat. At least not at regular meal times like other people. Not when there's a big advertiser in town that wants to discuss next year's campaign. I'm sorry. Part of what you told Eva was true anyway, Philbrick. Mr. Straight is from out of town. Far out. A place called Moscow. It's whispered within the party that he's the NKVD secret police. Imported on a diplomatic passport to clean out the dead wood in the party. The traitors. Traitors. Like Herb Philbrick. Keep walking, mister. You're almost there. You don't run out on a summons from the NKVD. There's no place to run. You can't even stall. If you are in trouble, you haven't been alone a second since stepping out of your house. Rest assured of that. And they'll want a full accounting of every second you wasted along the way. So keep moving. And remember, a lamb doesn't know anything about a slaughterhouse until he feels the knife at his throat. Room 802. That's where your phone contact said you'd find Mr. Straight. What now? Do you wait here for something to happen, or... Be ready to duck if this turns out to be a nervous old girl with a hat pin. Our cagey comrades. There's always a back way, a blind door that won't be watched, they hope. And another room or two separating the great man from the door his visitors enter. My name's Herbert Philbrick. You sent for me?
Yes.
Well, if you'd prefer that I waited in the other room till you finished your dinner.
Stay. We will talk now, comrade. You are a member of a pro-force cell, correct?
Correct.
You've gone to the top level of the party very fast, comrade. You worked hard, no doubt.
There was much work to be done.
And much of this work is difficult and unpleasant.
In behalf of the party, no work is difficult or unpleasant.
Well spoken. I'm sure your comrades in the cell are going to miss you.
Miss? You mean I'm being thrown out of the cell? Is this disciplinary? The review commission thinks
For the time being, I am the review commission. It is what I think. It's my decision, comrade, that you are to enjoy a new status in the party. I detach you from your cell to take a most important assignment. You will henceforth report only and directly to me.
Straight explained that until further notice, I was to be a floater, an unattached party member. My cell would be informed that I'd been dropped for disciplinary reasons. After the scare he'd given me, this almost sounded like a reprieve. Anything seemed better than being dropped from my cell by the review commission. This boy wastes no time or words. My assignment? An investigation of another party member.
He is known as Comrade Tippy. You will cultivate his friendship. Encourage him to talk about his party affiliation, his innermost convictions, his loyalties.
Well, am I to know what I'm looking for? Is Comrade Tippy suspected of being a deviationist or a traitor or a deserter?
If he were, there'd be no point in your investigation, comrade. Tippy is under consideration for an important post in the party. We've got to know where he stands, every facet of his mind. Is that clear?
Perfectly, comrade. And what if what I find out is unfavorable to Comrade Tippy?
Then he becomes my problem, Conrad. In which event, Comrade Tippy will become another accident statistic. More butter. A high window, a hit-and-run fatality, or simply a mysterious disappearance. We will determine that later. Give Comrade Herb the dossier on Tippy and see him out.
One thing Straight forgot to mention. How do you go about meeting a guy like this? Do you go up to him and say you'd like to meet him? You'd like to know what he thinks? Do you say you're a communist and you've been assigned to investigate Bernard J. Tipton, party name Tippy, hobby bowling? Excuse me. My name's Herb Philbrick. I'm trying to get up a game. You bowl?
Well, yeah, a little.
Well, I wonder if you'd like to take me on. I'm not very good, but at least I've got an alley reserved.
Well, I was supposed to bowl with a couple of other guys, but they're not here yet, so it certainly won't hurt me to warm up a bit with you.
Swell. I was supposed to meet a fellow here myself, but he called and said he couldn't make it. It left me stuck with an alley.
Go ahead and warm up. I'll change my shoes.
Okay.
Well, you really split them that time, Herb.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Well, let me see what I can do with it.
Tough split.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you say your name was the city champion?
Now, that was just luck. Tipton, Bernard Tipton. Friends call me Tippy.
Friends and comrades. How do you get into a situation like this, Philbrick? This is a new one, even for you. Where do the comrades get their ideas? This one's loaded and about to explode. You're gonna have to handle it somehow. Figure it out, step by step. And don't make the wrong move. You know by now that the comrades will be watching. The FBI has the answer. They'll tell you what to do, Philbrick. They know, they always know. This is room 12?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I'm Herbert Philbrick. I have an appointment at 11 o'clock.
Have you given blood before, sir?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I see you have. Well, take off your coat, roll up your left sleeve, and lie down.
All right.
Are you gentlemen comfortable now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good. This will take about 3 minutes. I'll be back.
Glad you could meet me here. Now you can say the FBI is after your blood.
You must be a mind reader.
Strictly an amateur. Although I can guess what you wanted to see me about is a result of your visit with Mr. Straight from Moscow.
You knew about that, too?
Mr. Straight and his visitors are getting their share of our attention. What do you want from you?
Wants me to investigate a comrade who's slated for a high party job.
Nice work.
Yeah, if you've got a strong stomach. This is rough, Jenner. If I find out anything bad about the man, it's liable to mean curtains for him, kaput. I've met him, seems like a pretty nice guy. On the surface, anyway. If I whitewash him, it could mean my neck. On the other hand, I've thought maybe he's another counter-spy for the Bureau. Tell you, I'm worried, Jenner. I'm in a bind any way I turn.
I believe I see the direction you're headed. You, want me to take a look at this character, see if I can identify him. Sorry, Herb. We don't consider you boys expendable, but we can afford to lose one of you better than we can two.
And you don't want me to pull any punches in my report, no matter what I find out.
Right. And, Herb, if it's any comfort to you, bank on one thing. If the man in question is a counter-spy for the FBI, he'll set up as the best darned commie you ever met.
Yeah. Like me.
Like you, Herb. Exactly like you.
You can get to be pretty friendly with a man in just a couple of weeks, if you work hard enough at it. A good communist works hard when it's for the party. The secret police said I was to cultivate Tippy. Okay, he was plowed, disked, and harrowed, ready for seeding. We were buddies, confidants. And the worst part of it was that I liked the guy. How could you miss liking a guy like Tippy?
Wonderful.
First look at this.
Well, how about right there?
Good idea. I'm going to frame this scorecard right over the mantelpiece.
I don't blame you one bit.
Hey, kids, we're hungry.
Sandwich is coming right up. Come on,
I
Eva.
have a wonderful recipe to tell you about.
Our wives hit it off from their first meeting, trading recipes and shopping hints and stories about the two opes they'd married. The Tiptons were like that. Comfortable, friendly people. Just one cloud on the whole rosy picture. They were communists. At least Tippy was. He hated everything America stands for. My job was to find out if he hated it enough.
Well, there's nothing on this thing tonight.
Tippy thinks there's nothing on tonight. While the girls are out in the kitchen, sound off, Philbrick. Well, who needs it? We can talk, can't we?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Well, we certainly talk a blue streak when we get started, don't we, Herb?
well, I guess I put the whammy on us by saying we didn't need the radio. Well, then again, maybe I'm kind of preoccupied. I'm in the middle of a messy job.
Job? Something at the office?
Yeah. New advertising account. It's my job to glorify the cold water flat, the overcrowded fire trap, to extol the advantages of bringing up your kids where they can play on streets and in alleys.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
What's the matter with this country anyway, Tippy? We grow more food than we can eat, we build more stuff than we can use, and yet there are a lot of people that have never had a square meal or a proper roof over their heads. This was the treatment, the pitch, this was the bait. The communist is always looking for a convert, a mind ready to digest the sugar-coated premise of world revolution. I wanted Tippy to know I was ripe for conversion. Something's got to change, Tippy, and the sooner it changes, the better.
The Little Women. Say, I'd like to talk to you some more about this. Maybe next time we bowl, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There you are.
Howdy.
You're not late.
No, Herb, but the alleys are.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait a few minutes before we get on. You know, I was pretty interested in what you were saying the other night. As a matter of fact, I was raised in one of those cold water flats. As a kid, I used to play in the streets and alleys. My mother, my old man, they both died because they never got enough to eat. Couldn't afford to go to a doctor when they needed one.
Gee, I'm sorry, Tippy. I didn't know.
But don't apologize, Herb. It's just that I'm trying to level with you. You see, I felt exactly as you do. But all my life. That's why I joined the Communist Party.
You?
That's right. I'm a Red, a commie. At this point, you're at liberty to walk out of here and forget you ever knew me.
I don't know, but aren't you afraid I'll talk?
No, not you, Herb. Besides, if you did, I'd just deny it. Now, I'm not worried about that. I feel you're a communist, too. Yeah, only you don't know it. I think talking about injustice is for the birds unless you're willing to get off the dime and stamp it out.
You mean you want me to join the Communist Party, too?
I just want you to think about it. You don't have to make up your mind this minute. Just think about it for a while, and we'll talk about it later. I'll answer any questions you want to ask.
Mr. Tipton, your alley's open, number 4.
That's us.
Oh.
Well, they must be making those pins smaller the way I'm leaving them standing tonight.
Well, I'm probably throwing you with all these questions I'm asking.
Well, don't let it bother you. Keep blazing away, and I'll do my darndest to answer you.
Okay. What's all this talk I hear about violent overthrow, revolt of the workers, class war?
Mostly talk, Herb. Let me see if I can pick off that spare, and then I'll fill you in on the picture.
Okay. That should be a very interesting picture. Benevolent communism. All sweetness and light and beautiful thoughts. And peace on earth. A lovely picture. And as crude a joke as painting a mustache on the Mona Lisa.
Well, it's your alley.
Yeah.
Violent overthrow. That's your $64 question, right? Let me put it this way, Herb. Every political organization in the world attracts a lunatic fringe. Extremists, fanatics. When the Democrats are in power, you can always find a Republican who wants to burn down the White House and vice versa.
Oh, gosh, Tippy, I can't buy that answer. The lunatic fringe doesn't control the major parties. The way I hear it, the communist leadership advocates violent overthrow.
You know, I can't honestly hand you any argument on what you were just saying about the leadership. I guess as long as we're a small minority party, we'll be Kremlin-dominated. And our leaders will be just the guys who shout, "Hate America" the loudest. But that's why I want you in the party, Herb. You and guys like you. When there are enough of us, we can dump these Muscovites and run the party our way, see?
Yeah. This lad is no dyed-in-the-wool communist. His head is in the clouds and both feet are firmly planted in thin air. How is Mr. Straight going to take that? Guess, Philbrick. Go ahead. You got nothing to lose. So in case of a shooting war, you'd fight for the United States, huh?
Mm-hmm. What's the matter? Don't you believe me?
Guess I'll have to. For the crime of thinking you're a communist, Bernard Tipton. For deviating from the party line. For putting loyalty to the United States ahead of loyalty to the Communist Party and the Kremlin. For questioning the brilliant, humane leadership of the Communist Party. For the crime of being confused and gullible and indiscreet. I sentence you, Tippy, to... There's no way out of this, Philbrick. No way that's easy. Straight probably knows what to expect in this report before he reads it. One thing's for certain. Tippy's no counter-spy for the FBI. What was it Jenner said at the blood bank? If he's working for us, he'll be the best darn communist you ever met.
It was a good report, Comrade Herb?
No.
That is unfortunate for Comrade Tippy.
How unfortunate.
It all depends on what you have written here. Good day, Comrade.
Get in that closet.
You can go now, comrade.
That does it, Philbrick. And what now? There must be something more. You've signed his death warrant. You're committing murder. And the worst part of it is, Tippy's not a communist, and you don't want to kill him. But what do you do? What do you do? Maybe he's mixed up, confused, but he's a human being, too. He's got a right to go on living. If I could only alert the FBI.
It is not a good report, Comrade. You are accused of gross deviation, insubordination, and disloyalty. It says in this report that in the event of war between the United States and world communism, you would remain loyal to the United States. Did you make such a statement, Comrade?
Oh, excuse me. I forgot something.
You know, this may be a silly question to ask an FBI man, but how did you know I was on that elevator?
This room is directly under Straits. We were dragging an ear on your conversation. I heard you leave. They gone out? I thought perhaps you'd be interested to hear what happened up there when you left.
You are accused of gross deviation, insubordination, and disloyalty. It says in this report that in event of war between the United States and world communism, you would remain loyal to the United States. Did you make such a statement, Comrade?
Philbrick doesn't pull any punches, does he? And I thought he was my friend. Every word I said to him.
That's Tippy's voice, all right.
Comrade Herb is a good communist. He follows orders.
Yeah, he's 100%. We can use him in that spot we have in mind. Well, so much for Herb. Now, here's the information on the next comrade I want you to have investigate me.
That was the Tippy you were so worried about, Herb.
Yeah. I guess I was a little too worried.
I wouldn't say that. We've accomplished two awfully important things. First, we now know the top man of the party secret police in this area, and we'll watch his every movement from now on. And secondly, you've established yourself stronger than ever as a good communist, and you're headed now for bigger party assignments and bigger information for us. I wouldn't use the elevator, Herb. The comrades might wonder what took you so long to get to the lobby. There's a back stairway.
Herbert A. Philbrick, successful communist. His party's pride. He'll lie for the party, spy for the party, report his best friend to the party as a deviationist liberal. Every step up is a step down, Philbrick. You get in deeper and deeper until you forget there's such a thing as sunshine and fresh air, until you forget everything except the job you're doing, the job you have to do, alone. Though he'd taken every precaution to keep his real identity hidden, this one slip placed Tippy actively in the files of the FBI until that file was marked closed. Next week, we'll bring you another story from the files of Herbert A. Philbrick, citizen, communist, counter-spy.